Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I'm very grateful to all of you, as always, for having given me this opportunity to say something to you about what we have heard from our Guru and our God brothers. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. The camera seems to be a little blurry. Give me a second. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतान्ने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा। So, very grateful, as I said, for this opportunity. So, today we're going to be discussing about topic of building loving relationships with devotees, with Vaishnavas. Why is it important and how do we do it? So, since all of us are aspiring to be Vaishnavas, I thought it is important for us to understand this topic that why do we need to have, why is it important at all to have relationships, loving relationships with Vaishnavas? And if it is important, then how do we do it? So, first of all, why is having loving relationships with Vaishnavas so important, right? So, the first reason is that these Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna. If you see, the devotees of the Lord are actually very, very dear to him. One may not understand how much. So, it's a little important for us to spend a minute, minute or two to understand how important a devotee is to Krishna. See, all living entities are dear to Krishna, all, without any exception. Every living entity, whether it is an ant, whether it is a sparrow, whether it is a crow, whether it is a tree, whether it is a Hindu, it is a Muslim, it is anybody, it is an atheist also. Every living entity is a child of Krishna. So everyone is dear to Krishna. There is no doubt about this. But amongst those children of God, all of us are children of God, but amongst those children of God, those who actually acknowledge the existence of God and are making a sincere attempt to please Him, maybe not perfect. I'm not saying perfect attempt. I'm saying a sincere attempt to somehow or the other please Him, to make Him happy. If there is a devotee who is doing this, even if they are not successful, even if they are making mistakes, even if they're having fall downs, still that person is very dear to Krishna because they are making some sacrifice for him. It is like His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu gives this example sometimes that a child takes money from the pocket of the father, goes out, buys a lollipop, and then opens the lollipop and tells the father, Father, see, I have bought this lollipop. First, you taste it. I have bought this ice cream. First, you have it. Then I will have. So now the money belongs to the father. The father is not even interested in that ice cream or lollipop. And वो एक taste करके क्या मतलब? What is the big deal? But the father is very pleased with the fact that you could have just quietly gone, taken this lollipop, eaten it, and I wouldn't even have come to know. But you chose to buy it, first offer it to me with love, and then, so you sacrificed your own enjoyment, be it for a moment, but you sacrificed your enjoyment and you offered it to me. You sacrifice your sleep. You could sleep maybe 8 hours a day, but you're sleeping six and a half so that you can chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You could be, on Friday, only your holiday, your weekly holiday. You could be anywhere. You could be in a movie theater watching movies right now. But you have sacrificed your enjoyment so that you could come in the association of devotees and hear Hari Katha. So it is because of this consistent, committed, regular sacrifice of personal sense gratification that devotees are making so that they can please Krishna, so that they can come closer to him. This sacrifice makes devotees very, very dear to the Lord. Very, very dear. There is no doubt about this. They are making so many sacrifices. Our scriptures are full of examples of these kind of devotees. When we hear the story of Vasudev Datta, how for example, he was such a wonderful devotee. He prays to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, my Lord, you are the supreme Lord. You are Krishna. You are proprietor of all creation. You are proprietor of all demigods, controller of everybody. So he's saying that what is the difficulty, if we can, there's so many living entities in this world, millions and billions and trillions of living entities in this world. They are all suffering in the cycle of birth and death, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, continuously, without any gap. There is no gap only. Continuously they are suffering. And, they keep taking birth again and again. Why they are taking birth and again? Because they have so much accumulated sinful and pious activities from millions of lifetimes. So that never gets over only. And in every new lifetime, they're adding more karma. So they never ever get out of cycle of birth and death. So Vasudeva Datta says that, my Lord, why don't you do one thing? Take all the sinful activities of every living entity in this world and you give it to me. You just give it to me, my Lord. Let me have all their suffering. Let me suffer in this material world for all eternity. But let their sinful activity not come in the way for you to take them back to Godhead, my Lord. Please be so merciful upon me. Just do this one thing. ये एक चीज मेरा कर दो. Do this one thing for me, my Lord. Just give me all their sinful activity. Let me suffer, but let them enjoy your association and go back to Godhead. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hears this, he's overwhelmed. He says, my God, what kind of compassion is? He says, you are like Prahlad, this is unbelievable. He says that what kind of compassion does this person have that he doesn't mind if he suffers, but he wants everyone else to benefit. Whereas in the material world, most of us, it's exact opposite. I don't care if others suffer, but I should enjoy. Mera enjoyment mein there shouldn't be one millisecond of any interruption in my enjoyment. This is how we live. But this is how the Vaishnavas think, the pure devotees of the Lord think. Therefore, they are very, very dear to the Lord. He's willing to sacrifice his own life so that others may, get the association of the Lord. We see Srila Prabhupada also. Srila Prabhupada, what was his sacrifice? You may look at Srila Prabhupada and you may realize that this personality, he went through a lot of struggles in life. If you read Leela Amrit, you'll see first 50, 60 years of his life, lot of struggles, non-stop business failed, people cheated him, and so many failures, one after the other, one after the other. Finally, he took sannyas and he settled down in Vrindavan. And when he's living in Vrindavan, he was living in Radha Damodar temple, in front of the Lord. From his window, he could see the samadhi of Rupa Goswami, and there he's sitting and writing Shrimad Bhagavatam. Once and for all, life had become peaceful. Everything was very nice actually. He was very much respected there. Swamiji, everyone took good care of him. He was in a lovely position. He could have just retired from there. कि हो गया भाई, मैंने तो अपनी तरफ से I tried my best. I made all efforts. Still, it's not working out. What can I do? Srila Prabhupada could have taken that position, but he didn't. He sacrificed Vrindavan. He sacrificed his comfort. He sacrificed his comfort so that so that he could go to the US, start the ISKCON movement, so that all of us can benefit from his teachings. So what a sacrifice. We cannot even imagine what he has done. We cannot imagine the sacrifice of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Many of them were youngsters, teenagers. They had nothing. They had no money. They were just graduates. Some of them were dropouts. They had nothing. They just sacrificed their entire life. For whom? For Srila Prabhupada, for all of you, for you and me. So therefore, we have to understand that these people who have made such great sacrifices, they are all very dear to Krishna. We have already discussed that even the ordinary devotee is very dear to Krishna because he or she is making sacrifices for the pleasure of Krishna. Sacrifice of time, sacrifice of enjoyment, sacrifice of Lakshmi. So many things we are sacrificing for the pleasure of Krishna. So Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna. You know, like you may insult a father, you may insult a man, you may insult a woman. They may take it, they may tolerate it, but if you insult that child, they will never forgive you. In the reverse way, you love a person very much, but if you love their child, if you show a lot of affection to their child, my God, they are completely bought over. In the same way, Supreme Lord also, Vaishnavas are very dear. They are the special children of Krishna. So, in having a loving relationship with them is very important to please Krishna. Another reason why Vaishnavas are so, another reason why Vaishnava relationships are so important. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. What is that? Ahaituki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidati. So it is said that the supreme occupation, dharma, paro dharma, for all humanity is what? That by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such service, such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy the self. Now, for performing this ahaituki apratihata seva, this ahaituki apratihata bhakti, for us to perform this, whom do we perform it with? The Vaishnavas are given to us by Krishna. Supreme Lord has given us these Vaishnavas. Our Guru, our Param Guru have given us these Vaishnavas so that we can practice this unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service with them. Because with our deities, with our holy name, with our Bhagavatam, you can, but there is only so much you can do. But if there is a Vaishnava in front of you, it is so much easier to serve a Vaishnava. It is so easy to please a Vaishnava. So therefore, this lofty ideal of unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service, we need to first practice it with the Vaishnavas. Then only we can come to that point where we actually do it for the Supreme Lord as well. Third point. Third point is that why we need Vaishnavas, right? Why do we need loving relationship with Vaishnavas? First of all, it is the Vaishnavas who brought us into the path of bhakti. Let's be very clear. Most of us cannot make this claim ki bhai I to went searching for bhakti. I was looking, I was searching here, I was searching there. I went searching where is Bhakti Devi? Where can I get this Samay Pumsam Paro Dharmo? Where can I find it? Where can I find devotees? Where can I find Krishna? How many of us can claim that we were like that? Most of us were probably not, right? And we are just very fortunate that some Vaishnava took pity upon us, had great compassion upon us. They caught us by our ears. They like the school teacher catches the child, in the classroom. Hey, you come here, come here, come here. They'll catch by the ears and they'll take them. Same way, some Vaishnava literally dragged us by our ears into the association of devotees. We had no interest to go there. We had no interest to stay there also. Somehow the Vaishnavas dragged us there and they motivated us, they nurtured us, they encouraged us, they loved us, they served us. That is why we are still in bhakti today. Otherwise, it is not possible. In Kali Yuga, so difficult for someone to imagine, even for a minute, to be Krishna conscious. Even for 1 minute. If you are still in bhakti after all these years, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, we're still around. It is because some Vaishnavas brought us here. Second, it is those same Vaishnavas who keep us in bhakti. Srila Prabhupada said, don't be under any illusion that you can succeed in bhakti without association of Vaishnavas. Prabhupada said, one who thinks that he can perform bhakti without Vaishnav Sangha is insane. He doesn't see he is off the mark. He doesn't say he is probably not right. He doesn't say he is, he's not correct. He says he's insane. Ye pagal hai. This man is crazy. Insane. If you think you can survive in bhakti without association of devotees, you are insane. You're crazy. So, to sustain us in bhakti, we need Vaishnavas. Without the association of Vaishnavas, it's very difficult to survive also. So there are so many pulls. The television is pulling us, the phone is pulling us, the boss is pulling us, the spouse is pulling us, children, neighbors, relatives, society, so many things that are there that can take us away from the lotus feet of Krishna. Today's world, it's not difficult to get distracted. There are tens of thousands of people who are creating webinars every day that you should do this, you should do that, you should become a champion in this, you should look at this, you should. So our faith is, it is like you have, let's say, 10 dirhams or 10 dinars worth of faith. 10 dinars. I don't know what is the currency there, dinar or dirham, whatever it is. Okay. But 10 dinar
Real,
of, huh?
real, Prabhu. Real.
Real. You have 10 real of faith. Okay. Now that 10 real of faith you have given to Krishna consciousness. You have given to bhakti. Now, if you start listening to people giving motivational talks, you start listening to people, like Art of Living, you start listening to people like something else, what happens? Your faith gets divided. You have only 10 real. That 10 real now only 8 real is going to ISKCON, 2 real is going somewhere else. To listen to somebody else, "Hey, this is also good. Yeah, I should listen to this will help me in my bhakti." Actually, bhakti doesn't need anything else. It is self-sufficient, it's complete. But we come into the illusion and our faith gets divided. So, if we are not in the association of devotees, these things will surely happen. And in no time, all 10 reals will be going somewhere else and you'll have nothing left for giving to Krishna and your faith will be disturbed. So, to keep us on the path of bhakti by nourishing us, also we need Vaishnavas, as well as if we stray from the path, and it can happen to the best of devotees, that despite all your effort, despite all your sincerity, sometimes, maybe due to past conditioning, maybe due to some mistake you made, maybe due to some offense you committed, whatever it is, right? You may stray from the path. Who is going to bring us back onto the path of bhakti? Your office colleagues. Arey Prabhu, you were such a good devotee before. You used to apply tilak and kanti mala, used to wear and used to eat food without onion, garlic. Now I see that you're eating everything. What is wrong? Please go back to the lotus feet of Krishna. Is your office colleague going to tell you this? Is your customer going to tell you this? Is your neighbor, relative, friend, anybody going to tell you this? Is your even spouse going to tell you this? If your spouse is not a devotee, your spouse also will not tell you. She's a very good. Finally, you gave this up. The only person who will, gently catch your ear and bring you back is a Vaishnava. So to bring us into bhakti, we need Vaishnava. To stay in bhakti, we need Vaishnava. If we deviate from the path to bring us back onto the path, we need Vaishnava. And finally, at the last moment when we are leaving our body, that time also we need Vaishnava only. Vaishnavas are the one who at our final moment, if we are not, for whatever reason, we are in ICU, we are under anesthesia, we are critically ill, we are on life support, terminal life support, whatever it is, right? They are the ones who pray for us. They are the ones who will come and chant in our ears. They are the one who will read Bhagavad Gita to us, do kirtan for us, bring picture of Prabhupada, bring picture of Guru, bring picture of your Ishta Devta, the Supreme Lord. They'll bring pictures. Why? Yena kena prakarena, somehow or other. let us send this person back to Godhead. मतलब, what about me? तुम्हारा बाद में आएगा, पहला you help this person to go back to Godhead. What wonderful blessing we have. What a benediction we have that we have the association of such Vaishnavas. That is why we need. Another thing, how does Krishna see our relationships with Vaishnavas, right? What is this? What is Krishna's view towards relationship with Vaishnavas? Whether it's good or bad. If you have a good relationship with Vaishnavas, Lord is very pleased. But if you blaspheme the Vaishnavas, you criticize them, you find fault with them, or you disrespect them in any way, the Lord is not pleased. We see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the case of his own mother, during this Ashtakaliya Leela, when this the Lord was showing different his Leela, of giving mercy to everybody. At that time, one person commented that, "Arey, what about Sachi Mata? You have given mercy to everybody, my Lord, but you have not given mercy to your own mother, Sachi Mata." Lord said, "I will not give her mercy because she has offended Advaitacharya." Now, how she offended? See, basically, you have to understand Sachi Mata's. It's a Leela, okay? We should not say, "Oh, Sachi Mata committed offense, then who are we? We also will commit." No, it's a Leela. So we understand Sachi Mata, she had six children who were born and died immediately. Six daughters, I think. Then she had Vishwarup as a son, and then she had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after some years. Now, Vishwarup, as he was growing up, used to associate a lot with the devotees, especially with Advaita Acharya. And then one fine day, abruptly he took sannyas and he left Mayapur. He left Navdeep without even talking to his parents. He just vanished, just went away. So, Mother Sachi Mata always blamed Advaita Acharya. She felt it is because of him that my son Vishwarup left. So, because of her offense to Advaita Acharya, which may seem justified, बराबर तो बोल रही है, she's saying the correct thing. You know, one may feel, oh, mundane vision may seem, this is all right, this is justified. But no, because she had that offensive spirit, Supreme Lord didn't like it. Even if it is his own mother, he did not favor her. He did not forgive her. He said, only if Advaita Acharya forgives her, then I am okay. So the devotees quickly rush to make, the as they call the understanding and make everything all right. So the Lord doesn't appreciate even if his own mother commits an offense. Then we see there is a story of, last Sunday we celebrated appearance day of Akreshwar Pandit. There is a story of Devananda Pandit in in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Devanand Pandit was a great speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. He used to speak Srimad Bhagavatam so beautifully. Nobody else in Navadvip could recite Srimad Bhagavatam like Devanand Pandit. It was absolute nectar the way he recited Srimad Bhagavatam. But one day, when he was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, he was surrounded by many, many devotees, many, many people of Navadvip, and his disciples were there, his followers were there. At that time, Srivas Thakur, he is one of the greatest Vaishnavas, one of the direct associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We say, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So this Srivas Pandit, he was also sitting in the audience. Now, when he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, see, it is like this, when a person who doesn't have love for Krishna, who's filled with anarthas, when we hear Krishna Katha, we may appreciate, that was nice, nice Krishna Katha this Prabhu did, nice Krishna Katha this Mataji did. We may appreciate. But when a pure devotee like Srivas Thakur, when they hear Krishna Katha, they hear something different. Their experience is something different. They are so ecstatic when they hear the pastimes of the Lord, when they meditate on the qualities of the Lord, when they meditate on the amazing, compassionate nature of the Supreme Lord, when they meditate on this, they go into complete ecstasy because that memory of that Lord, it just fills their heart with ecstasy. So Srivas Thakur went into ecstasy. He started crying and trembling in ecstasy. Now, when somebody is giving a lecture, suddenly a small child in the room starts crying. What happens? Everyone looks at the child, everyone looks at the mother or the father. What is this? Your child is creating disturbance. They don't say anything. But they look at that parent and say, the parent feels very, hey, Baba, let me take my child away. They take the child away into another room, right? So something like that happened over here. That the followers, actually those who were devotees in the assembly, they were not disturbed because they knew that this is Srivas Thakur. They know he's a Param Vaishnav. They know that these are ecstatic symptoms that are coming in his body because of hearing Krishna Katha. They know. So they kept quiet. They were okay. They were patiently waiting. But these disciples of Devananda Pandit and his followers, they were very disturbed. Arey, what is this? Our Guru Maharaj is giving class and this person is creating disturbance. This is not good at all. So they were very upset, and they actually physically picked up Shivas Thakur and threw him outside the assembly. Now, when this happened, Devanand Pandit is sitting on the Vyasasana and he's seeing that a Param Vaishnav is being picked up and unceremoniously being thrown out of the assembly. So when he sees this, he is very, very, he should have been very, very upset. He should have stopped. Hey, what are you doing? He's a Vaishnava, Baba. Please, he's having ecstatic symptoms. Let him be. He didn't do that. He kept quiet. He allowed his disciples to do this. And what happened? As a result, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know. And after that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely neglected Devananda Pandit. Though he was the greatest living scholar on Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so addicted to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, but still, though an expert in Srimad Bhagavatam, he was not given the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to meet him only, completely neglected him. But that same Devananda Pandit, one day Vakreshwar Pandit, he was an associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would dance for hours on end. Once Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing in Kirtan for several hours, and when he was dancing, all the devotees were converging, to see his dance, to touch him, to hold his lotus feet. So at that time, this Devananda Pandit was also there, and he saw that crowd is there. So to control the crowd, he put out his hand. He said, "Hey, Baba, please keep some distance. He's dancing. Let him dance. Don't disturb him. Let him dance." And if he was falling, he was just trying to hold him so he doesn't fall down. So he did a very menial service. Now, after this was over, Vakreshwar Pandit looked at Devanand Pandit and he blessed him that may you receive love of Krishna. Now, this news also reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was actually very pleased with Devanand Pandit at this point. Why? Not because, just imagine, though he was a great scholar of Srimad Bhagavatam, that meant nothing for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he had offended a Vaishnava. But because he served a Vaishnava in a menial way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately forgave him and he gave him his mercy. So the interesting thing to learn here is that even though you may be a great, great scholar, greatest scholar, okay, but if you're offensive to Vaishnavas, Lord is not impressed. But if you are doing a menial service to the Vaishnavas, which anybody else could have done. See, Srimad Bhagavatam class, everybody and anybody cannot do. Only Devanand Pandit could give like that. But this menial service of crowd control, anyone could have done. But he chose to do it. The Lord was pleased. So it is not the greatness of our service. It is not the visibility. Oh, you are GBC. Oh, you are great preacher. Oh, you are Guru. No, it doesn't matter to the Lord. The Lord just looks at what is the intent with which the service was done. Doesn't matter how insignificant it is. The Lord is still very pleased. So, from this we can understand that Lord values The Lord values how we treat Vaishnavas. How do we love them? How do we treat them? He values it. We see how Lord Narsimdev was so angry, when he saw Hiranyakashipu, what he did to Prahlad Maharaj. He was so angry for hours together. He's like, his anger is not leaving only. So the Lord cannot tolerate his Vaishnavas being hurt in any way. Another reason, okay, another point. Sorry, I'm going into a lot of reasons why this is important. Because how to make Vaishnava relationships, most of us know, but importance of it is more important. So another reason why Vaishnava relations are important, because if at all, in this lifetime we are able to perfect our life and we are able to go back home to Godhead, back to Godhead. What happens there? There we have to work in absolute loving harmony with the devotees of Krishna. There is no place in the spiritual world for a person who loves Krishna but cannot learn to love the dear Vaishnavas of Krishna, the dear associates of Krishna. Hey Baba, I to love Krishna only, bhai. I don't know this Vaishnav. You know, if we are like that, then we are Kanishta. We are very, very junior devotee. We don't even belong in spiritual world. We'll be sent back. Baba, you take some training and then come. You know. So even in the spiritual world, there is no place for a person who cannot learn to love Vaishnavas along with Krishna. So like that. So you know, these are so many reasons, there's so many reasons why we should have loving relationships with Vaishnavas. Bhakti also means actually relationship. Sometimes the word is bhakti is translated as devotion, but Srila Prabhupada gave it a deeper explanation. He said bhakti means devotional service. Where there is a service, there is a relationship. And where there is a relationship, there only there can be a service, right? So relationships are what fulfill the deepest needs of the living entity, of the heart of the living entity. Things of this world cannot fill that vacuum. See, no matter how good an iPhone you have, no matter how good a car you drive, no matter how big a house you have in your Saudi, no matter how many reals you have in your bank balance, it may give you some enjoyment, may give you some sense gratification. It doesn't satisfy the heart. It just doesn't. Believe me, no matter how rich you become, you will never feel satisfied in the heart. It just doesn't work like that. You will always feel something is missing, something is missing. Actually, we are all searching for Krishna, but we have not realized that, so we go searching for things of the material world. So things don't give us relationship. Things don't give us satisfaction. Relationships with people give us that satisfaction, fill the vacuum. So how do we build this relationship? Okay, so we have discussed various points of why it is important to have relationship with Vaishnavas. First, we said Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna because they are sacrificing for him. We discussed Vasudeva Datta, we discussed Srila Prabhupada. We said Savai Pumsam Parodhamma, to perform this Parodharma of Ahaituki Apratihata Bhakti, we need Vaishnavas. Then we said Vaishnavas bring us to this path, they keep us in this path. If we deviate, they bring us back. And even when we are leaving final journey, also they help us. We discussed about how Krishna sees our relationship with Vaishnavas. We discussed the example of Devananda Pandit. We discussed the example of Advaita Acharya and his Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, and we discussed, Hiranyakashipu. So the Lord, for him, how you treat a Vaishnava is very important. We also discussed that in the spiritual world, we need to work in absolute loving harmony because there's no place in the spiritual world for a person who loves Krishna but doesn't love his devotees. You cannot go back. You will have to be here. So like that. So how do we build these loving relationships? First of all, understand that it takes time. To build a relationship with anybody, what to speak of Vaishnava, it takes time, right? But we can't say that, oh, this takes so much time. I think I'll not do it only. We need to invest that time, to build a relation. You have to make a start somewhere and make sustained efforts to create and sustain a relationship. So it is like, I'll give you an example, that somebody meets you, in a garden. Okay, someone meets you in a garden, and while walking past, they just say, "Hello, how are you? Where do you stay?" And immediately you feel very nice. Somebody smiles at you with a nice expression on their face. You feel nice, and you say, "Oh, I'm nearby." Okay, great. And they walk past. Okay. Now, next time, they come to you and say, "Hey, you didn't wish me on my birthday. You are not, giving me any time. You're not. Hello, hello. 1 minute. I don't even know you. You don't know me. We just met in the park. You just said hello and you went past, and you expect me to have a relationship with you. Hey, it doesn't work like that, Baba." That's how we'll respond, na? It's the same way with relationships. That if we don't make any effort, or we make one small effort and we don't sustain it, how will it form a relationship, right? So to form a relationship, it takes time, and sustained efforts first to create and to sustain a relationship. So how to do it? First of all, understand each person is unique. No formulas work for making relationship. Oh, I will apply this formula. There was this book written by one famous gentleman, Andrew Carnegie or Dale Carnegie, I don't remember. Says how to make friends and how to influence people, how to win friends and influence people. Very famous book, bestseller. I've read it in my childhood because I didn't know how to make friends. I also read the book. Okay, it has its place, it has its utility, but there is no formula. There's no one size fits all to make friendship, to make relationship. You have to understand each person has a different relationship, a different nature, sorry. Someone may be an introvert, someone may be an extrovert, someone may be a very deep devotee, someone may be a very shallow devotee, someone may be an angry person, angry and irritable person, someone may be a very laughing, very hasi majak wala person. Each person is different. So, uh, first of all, recognize that, oh, this person is not like me. I am introvert and he talks too much. No, 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 no. I will stay away. Not like that. We should understand that each person has a different nature. Like there's a garland you make for Shishi Radha Gopinath or whichever deity you have, or Shishi Gaur Nitai or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. You make a garland. That garland has different flowers. It's got mogra, it's got asters, it's got different flowers, right? Roses and tulsi leaves also in between, whatever, but you make for the Supreme Lord. And all of those different flowers, if an expert person sews them together nicely with the string of common intention to please Krishna, then a wonderful offering, wonderful garland is possible. Otherwise, those flowers are all strewn everywhere. But if someone takes the pain, to actually take these flowers and string them together, that is what makes that into a beautiful garland that can be offered to the Lord. In the same way, we should also recognize that every Vaishnava will have a different nature. We can't have one size fits all. Everyone has a different nature, and with their different natures, we have to serve them in whatever ability we have. Best way to form a relationship with somebody is to serve them any amount of times. I mean, this is in one sense a one size fits all. You serve somebody again and again and again. Naturally, a relationship starts forming over a period of time. In the bhakti rasam, sorry, in the bhakti, what is that? In the nectar of instruction, Shikshamrita, I forget what it's called. Bhakti, whatever, nectar of instruction. Nectar of instruction, our Rupa Goswami says, Dadati prati grinati guhyam akhyati prachiti bhumte bhojayate cheva chadbhir priti lakshanam. He says that Prabhupada says that the life of the Krishna conscious society is nourished by these six types of loving exchanges between the members. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with the devotees of ISKCON, because simply by reciprocating in these six ways mentioned in this verse, Dadati Pratigranati, by reciprocating with ISKCON devotees, an ordinary person can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness. So amazing Dadati pratigrinati, giving gifts. When you meet somebody, you say, oh, I am not so thoughtful. I don't know what gift to give, what I will give this person. Don't know, cook something and give them. Very simple, just make some nice, whatever, sweet or some nice fried item or some, whatever, some rice, just something, just, there's a reciprocation. Now you come for a satsang over here, there must be somebody who's cooking prasad, right? Maybe it is a shared roaster that everyone brings one dish, or maybe it is the host who is cooking for everyone, right? Now you bring one dish from your home and you say, Mataji, Prabhuji, this is for you. If you want, you can distribute it, but I made this for you. So it's such a small gesture. It doesn't cost you much. It may take some effort, but that effort immediately it opens up the door for a relationship to be formed. Dadati pratigrinati. Not that only dadati, I will give. When they try to go, no, no, I don't take anyone's gifts. No, I don't make kisi ka udar nahi leta. So it should not be like that. You should accept also gracefully. If somebody is out of gratitude, out of love, is giving you a gift, you should not, no, 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 I don't take. No, we should take, we should accept. So this is how relationships start. Dadati pratigrinati. Guhyam akhyati prachati. Confidentially opening your mind to, somebody, or when they are opening their mind and telling you something about this, so just listening to them. Sometimes people say, Prabhuji, I'm not very good in talking, I can't form any relationship. I'm not good in talking. You do not need to be good in forming relationships. You do not need to be good in talking. If you're just a good listener, you can become a good, by being a good listener, you can form good relationships. See, a lot of people in this world have all kinds of problems. Lot nahi, almost everyone has problems. So, you know, unfortunately, in this world, no one listens to anybody. Husband doesn't listen to wife. Wife doesn't listen to husband. Children don't listen to father. Father doesn't listen to children. Boss doesn't listen to employee. Employee doesn't listen to boss. Neighboring society people don't listen to you. You don't listen to neighboring society. This is what is going on everywhere. No one listens to anybody. Everyone says, oh, no, 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 I don't care. I'll do what I want to do. No one is heard. People want to share. They want to tell what, sometimes they want to share about the challenges that they're facing in bhakti. So, Guji, it's all good, chanting 16 rounds and all. I'm really struggling. While chanting, I'm looking at my phone. I'm not able to give it up. I'm really struggling. So if I have nobody to share this with, nobody is willing to listen to me without judging me, without going and complaining, Arey, Prabhuji, you heard what he's doing. No, somebody who I can trust, just, okay, just listen to you. It's all right, Prabhu. We all go through this phase. It's all right, like that. So, Guhyam Akhyati Prachati. It's another brilliant way of establishing relations, just listening to people, sharing your heart with them confidentially. This is another way because people like it. If someone opens up to them, people like it. And if you're able to open up to somebody in a trustworthy environment, people like it. So that's how Guhyam Akhyati Prachati. Bhumte bhojayate cheva. Inviting somebody to your home for prasad, going to somebody's home for prasad, serving them. This is how relationships are formed, So these six exchanges, they are such a wonderful way that Rupa Goswami has given us by which we can form relationships with the Vaishnavas. No, if they're done with love. Remember, love is very important over here. Preeti Lakshanam it is. Not that, take Prabhu, you wanted to eat, na, take. Oh, you are always saying that, you're not well off. Take, I'm giving you a gift. If you give like that, will they accept? Even if they accept, will they appreciate it? No. Done with love, Uh, it's not done as a form of duty. It is done out of love. If you just give food stuff to a hungry person or you accept charity from a pious man, it's done out of duty. It's not out of love. But when you love somebody, with love you may give them, you know So Dadati Pratigranati is not just about exchanging gifts. It's about giving oneself. Even you give your time to somebody, you give your attention to somebody, that is also Dadati Pratigranati. You may say, I'm too poor. I don't know what to give this person. You just give them time also. That is also Dadati Pratigranati. You know? So it's actually very simple. It's not very difficult. We can do this. Spending quality time with each other. His Grace Gaurang Prabhu once had brought up this point. Oh, we're running out of time. So His Grace Gaurang Prabhu had brought up this point once, that how do you start loving Srimad Bhagavatam? One may say कि Prabhu, I read Bhagavatam, I don't love it. I just read it as an austerity. Someone may say that. So Gaurang Prabhu said that I mean, he gave a mundane example for us to understand clearly. It became very clear after that. He said, how does a boy and a girl fall in love with each other? How do they fall in love with each other? By spending time with each other. When you spend time, you get to know each other, you start getting attracted to each other, and that's how boy and girl fall in love. It's the same way Srimad Bhagavatam, if it is just lying there in your shelf, you're not going to form a relationship with it. When you take it down from the shelf, you read it every day, you spend time with Bhagavatam, then you will fall in love with Bhagavatam. In the same way, when we spend quality time with Vaishnavas, not just Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranam, Vancha Kalpatarubhishya. Not just this. Spend quality time with them. Speak to them about what you heard in the lecture, what you read yesterday. How's your office work going? How are you coping with, you just had a child. Are you managing all right? Do you need any assistance? Spend time. When we spend quality time, that which goes beyond just saying Haribol. Haribol is good. But when you go beyond Haribol, that's how relationships develop. And we make the other person a priority. When you make a person a priority, that's when relationship starts to develop. If they just feel ki, this is just transaction. When he meets me, the time goes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, you are my greatest friend. But that's it. Beyond that, there is nothing. No dadati, prati, granati, guhya, makati, prachiti, nothing is there. That's not really a relationship. That's not really a friend. When you make a person a priority, that's when a relationship starts coming up. And we should create opportunities to have such interactions with Vaishnavas. Arrange satsangs, like you're having a satsang every Friday. Have satsangs. Take out time to spend with each other during the satsang. So satsang is there, lecture is there, kirtan is there. During prasad, sit with somebody, talk to them. Don't just eat, eat, eat. Talk to the two people sitting next to you. Then don't always sit with the same person. Sit with someone different, someone who no one talks to. Sit with them, talk to them. Invest. When we invest, then we get interest. No, you don't put FD only. How will you get interest? So we have to invest, spend time together, doing some service together. When we serve together, that's the best way to form a relationship. Either you're serving the deities together, you're serving the Vaishnavas together, or you're serving a particular Vaishnava. It's a beautiful way to form relationship. Sharing experiences. That, hey, Mataji, Prabhuji, I went for this yatra. I went for this. Yesterday I heard this beautiful lecture by Amarendra Prabhu. I heard this wonderful class, by Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. Such a beautiful class. It's so inspiring. It brought tears to my eyes. I want to share with you. Sharing experiences. That's another way. Going for mini yatras, small yatras nearby, wherever you can go, or even far away. Able to go for yatras. Yatras are a good way to form relationships. In Mumbai, we have this annual drama festival, where for 2 days, four groups of devotees enact dramas from the, Vedic literature, from the Puranas, from Mahabharata, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Ramayana, from Bhagavatam, like that. They enact dramas. So those devotees actually practice for 3 months. 3 months they practice so that for 1.5 hours, 1 hour, 1.5 hour on that night, they can serve the Vaishnavas, right? So imagine how close that bonding must be. They are practicing, rehearsing their lines, with music, with everything, lighting, everything together for 3 months they are practicing, So beautiful way to form relationships. Common likes and dislikes, if there is some common likes and dislikes, we can bond over that, expressing our feelings, backing up our interaction with tangible service. So there are many ways to form relationship. Point is, you should want it. You should realize it's needed. I need these Vaishnavas. Without them, there is no hope for me. I am useless. I am not useful to anybody. But if these Vaishnavas are there, even a useless person like me can be engaged in the service of the Lord. We should have that understanding. We should make efforts to form relationship. Don't be a loner forever. That is a Kanishta stage. There only Krishna and me, no one else. That is Kanishta. If you're not having any relationship with any Vaishnava, you're still in Kanishta stage. Don't be a Kanishta. The true love for Krishna and true love for the Supreme Lord and his Vaishnavas, based on service to each other. It is based on sacrifice. It is based on shared values. On what is the shared value? That we do everything for the satisfaction of Guru and Krishna. So if we can keep that in mind, that these Vaishnavas are the ones who brought us, who sustain us, who pull us by our ears and bring us back, and they are the ones who are going to help us take us back to Godhead. They are the ones who are dearest to Krishna. If we have an opportunity to save them, that to serve them, that is our greatest privilege. Why? Because that is what pleases Krishna. That is what will get you blessings. That is what will help you to progress in bhakti. So this is what I wanted to discuss with all of you today. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we have ended right on time. Any questions or comments? Anybody? Today there are very few people I can see. Online also few people, and in the room also few people. Yeah.
Yes,
Any
Prabhuji.
question?
No, we are Prabhuji. We have more.
Achha, we have more people. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Jai Jai Jai. Yes, so any questions, comments, anybody? Can see Tulsi Maharani also over there.
Yes,
Jai Jai.
Prabhuji.
Yes, so how any questions or comments, anybody on this topic of forming Vaishnava relationships? Why it is important and how to do it?
Prabhuji, like I understand what you are talking about. That it's a very important topic, and it's very important for us to have the Vaishnava relations. But our practical situation sometimes doesn't allow actually. Like what you said, like we often feel guilty like after these Friday satsang, when we get in touch with is the next Friday, if we are lucky. Okay. so uh, so it there are some practical considerations for that. We get lost in our day-to-day kind of karmic life, everything. But even in such cases, like how do we, like, even in a small way, if we can keep it alive, keep that relation alive, how should we do it, Prabhuji?
It's a very nice question and a very practical question also. That all of us have busy lives. We are all running pillar to post to somehow survive and earn money and maintain our families and maintain our bhakti also. If you don't have Lakshmi, you can't even maintain your bhakti. It's very difficult in today's day and age. So, yeah, one may say that where do we have time? Barely we're able to come like today, we're able to come for this Friday program and that's it. Nothing more is possible. Are you expecting anything else? Well, on a practical note, okay, if we say on a practical note, at least when you come together on Fridays, at least on those days, associate with each other, serve each other, find opportunities for further service to each other. invite somebody to your home for prasad. Once in a month, invite somebody. Not every week. Too much. No problem. Once in a month, invite somebody to your home. Call them for prasad. Spend good time with them. Once in a month, go to somebody's house for prasad. You know, slowly, slowly. See, the point is, if you want to form relationship, you can form it instantly also. And if you are a loner and you're making excuses, even you come to a program for 10 years, you'll still just be saying, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, and that's it. Nothing goes beyond that. So we need to be conscious while we are in the program. Let me make an effort. Let me go out of my way to meet somebody, to serve somebody, to talk to somebody, to make someone feel special, to make someone feel like they are a priority. Somebody is doing kirtan. Okay, somebody is doing kirtan. After the kirtan, how many of us go to that kirtan player, kirtan singer, and say, Prabhuji, that was a very beautiful kirtan. Thank you so much. I really appreciated it. We don't do it. So someone may say, Arey, but he knows. I've told him in the past that he does such nice kirtan. He knows that I appreciate his kirtan. Why do I have to tell him every time? Because by telling that person, you're telling that person that you are something special for me. I really like your kirtan. That tiny effort we make makes that person feel special. That is the seed of a relationship forming. When when the program is over, prasad is being served, right? You will see typically there will be the same three, four people who are always serving. It's almost like a monopoly. They don't, moment the program is over, they just run into the kitchen, they bring out the plates, they bring out the vessels, they start serving prasad, and everything is taken care. And we just sit, eat, and nice prasad. Oh, salt is not proper today. We just pass comments and we go away. Then somebody else is setting up the dari, somebody else is serving the prasad, somebody is cleaning up after the program is over, somebody is helping to wash the dishes, somebody is helping to cook the prasad. I mean, there are so many services that one could do when we just come to the program. Setting up the altar, bringing Tulsi Maharani, keeping her back. I mean, all of these are services. We can always do these services. You could assist somebody. You know, if we are really looking for service and we are looking for relationships, opportunities are everywhere. But if you're not really looking for it and we're making excuses, even if the opportunity presents itself, we'll still ignore it. Because you've got too used to a very comfortable form of bhakti where I come to the program, I attend, Baba, I heard the whole lecture. We hear the lecture, and then we go back to our lives, our busy lives. But even in that, I'm saying in the program also there are opportunities, and outside the program also, so you're too busy to call somebody, to call them to your home. Pick up the phone and call them. You read something nice on WhatsApp, forward it to them. Prabhu, I found it very interesting. Please read this. Small thing, they matter. Someone's birthday is there. How many of you know the birthday of someone sitting next to you? Let me just for a moment, one second.
They announce only.
Once they announce, we come to know.
Ah, so now person sitting, the person in the yellow shirt, okay, he's shaking hands with the person in the white, yeah, with him. Okay, maybe they are friends, so they know each other's birthday. But the others don't know their birthday. No one knows their birthday. So if you know the birthday of somebody, you come to know somehow. What do we do? There is a WhatsApp group. On WhatsApp group, somebody will wish, Hare Krishna, Madhukar Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Divakar Prabhu, wishing you very happy Krishna conscious birthday. Then everyone, people actually start even copy pasting and putting over there. It's just like, my God, how difficult is it for you to craft a personal message? Say something about Divakar Prabhu. That Divakar Prabhu is a very sincere devotee. He's very expert in his job also, and he's doing this also in our program. Also, he does so many services. He's bringing up his family in such a nice Krishna conscious way. He's himself so serious and committed about his sadhana. He's so strict about his sadhana. and just say something special about that person. And that's it. You made that person feel special. Otherwise, just Hare Krishna, happy birthday, Hare Krishna, happy Krishna conscious birthday. Hello. Chalo. One thing is WhatsApp. What stops you from picking up the phone and wishing that person on phone? Everyone else is wishing on what? Is wishing on WhatsApp with a copy paste message. If you pick up the phone and wish them in person, how will they feel? Lovely. If you can send them a small gift, chota sa, just courier some, made some, we made some, sandesh and just courier it to them. You made their day, Prabhu. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. We just need to make it a priority. Our problem is we believe it's not really a priority. It's not needed. ये सब का क्या जरूरत है? As it is 16 माला कर रहे, वही बड़ी बात है. Such a big thing that I'm chanting 16 rounds. I'm doing a favor of the Supreme Lord by chanting 16 rounds. I'm coming to the program. My God, what more do you expect? मर जाओ क्या मैं? No, we have time. We always have time. We just don't make things a priority. If we make it a priority, the program also and outside the program also, we can form relationship and we should do it. Does that answer your question, Prabhu? Sorry
Yes,
for the
Prabhuji,
long,
very
long,
much. Thank you very much.
long.
Thank you,
Hare,
Prabhuji. You shared
Hare,
very good knowledge to us. That is also
Hare,
practical knowledge, very
Hare,
practical knowledge.
Hare
How it
Krishna.
works simply.
So now, today, no, today after the lecture is over, Kirtan is over, na, everyone will be rushing to serve each other. No, Prabhu, you don't. So
Should
you please
be.
have prasad. I will serve you today. So yeah, but that's a good
Correct.
thing. We should all
Every
become.
week we need.
Yeah, it should continue to every week, to every day. We should be thinking, how can I serve the Vaishnava? If we think like that, Krishna is pleased with that attitude. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments? Anybody?
Prabhu, how about materially engaging with this? Something like making colleague of him, some of the devotees, or somehow materially engaging with them as the devotees also. Is good or a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
practice?
Yeah. Why not? See, it's very simple, Prabhu. If you are in a place where there is no association, then you make your association. You manufacture association. No. So, I remember many years back, 30, 40 years back, 30 years back, there was one devotee from Shishi Radha Gopinath temple who came to Saudi Arabia. He was supposed to come because he had to earn some money and he was not very happy, but he had to come. So he came there and there was no devotee, nobody. So he just started preaching to people and he created association and then he associated with them. He was a very senior devotee, he was a very wonderful devotee, but he created association. So with your neighbors, with your close colleagues, with your close friends, why not give them Krishna? Give them Krishna and form relationship with them centered around Krishna. Any relationship that's centered around service to Guru and Krishna, that relationship stands the test of time. And any relationship that is based on my enjoyment, your enjoyment, moment my enjoyment is disturbed, you're not my friend anymore. You're not my wife anymore. You're not my husband anymore. You're not my, my God brother. I don't want. We become like that. But if our relationship is clearly based on pleasure of Guru and Krishna, service to Guru and Krishna, those relationships stand the test of time. So yeah, why not? You can do with your friends, colleagues, but be careful. You're living in a country where one has to be careful what one preaches. So just be careful. That's all. Anybody else? Any other question?
Oh, I have one online.
Online devotees, any question? Prabhuji,
Yeah,
one more question. Prabhu.
Tanu Mataji is a regular questioner, but today she is quiet. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
No
Krishna.
questions, Prabhuji. You
Uh,
explained everything so nicely. Thank you,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, there was one more question.
What
Somebody.
So, my question is like association, why it should go beyond the spiritual when all we discussing that we should ask about the other things other than spirituality. So, are we defining it in a wrong way, Prabhu? Like when we go beyond the spiritual association, we might lose the whole purpose of the association also. because then people might engage into the activities which is not right in the guidance, the way the Krishna consciousness is spread. We might engage into some not
Good question.
unnecessary activities.
Yeah, very good question. So, our philosophy as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given is Janma Sarthaka Kari Kara Para Upkar, right? First, you make your life sarthak, you make your life perfect, then do para upkar. So, it's very clear, Prabhuji, that if we are not strong in our own bhakti, please don't try to preach to somebody else. First, you understand the philosophy of bhakti. You read the books of Srila Prabhupada. You understand why this Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is the highest form of philosophy, highest understanding of God, and how we can form a relationship with God. Understand our philosophy first, then go and preach to somebody. If you don't understand the philosophy, then they will tell you something that will shake up your own foundation. Your building will start shaking like an earthquake. So be very careful that, same principle, na, that don't divide your faith amongst too many people. Don't share your heart with a person who is going to take advantage of it. So therefore, when you preach to colleagues or friends or neighbors or relatives, be careful. First of all, be clear that your philosophy should be very strong. Preach to them in a way that it appeals to them. See, someone who is envious of Krishna, you go and tell them, oh, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, you say, but Krishna had 16,000 wives. Now, if you don't know why Krishna had 16,001, not 16,000, 16,108 wives, if you don't know why that is, then how you will answer? If you only don't know the answer, how do you expect them to be convinced? So first know your philosophy, then preach. So in that sense, you are right that associating with people and preaching to them is risky if you don't know the philosophy. If you know philosophy just enough that you can defend yourself, you may not be able to convince them, but you should at least know enough that if they attack you, you should be able to defend yourself. If you see people who are envious, but still they are friends, what do? Give them prasad. Simple. Give them prasad. Invite them to the program. That Baba, Hamara, we have a nice program on Fridays. So you might benefit from it. We are having this journey of self-discovery course. We are doing Bhagavad Gita course. You might benefit from it. If they don't want any of that, give them prasad. Cook some nice prasad at home, offer it with great love and devotion to your deities, and then take it and then say, hey, I brought this sweet. Anyone interested? They will all pounce on it. All your colleagues will pounce on that sweet. Let them eat it. Let them appreciate. Kaisa laga? Arey, too good, too good. If they have just appreciated Mahaprasad, their spiritual life has started. So preaching doesn't have to only be by speaking some katha. Preaching can be done like this. Preaching can be done by not doing anything, but just by being a very, very good worker, doing your work to the top most quality, at the same time, not compromising on any principles. No alcohol, no tea, no coffee, no onion, no garlic, no unnecessary talks, very serious about your work. Having a fun with colleagues is fine, but no getting into prajalpa, no getting into nonsense talks, no getting into politics, gossip, just focusing on your work, doing superb quality work, and just quietly, following your bhakti at home. In office, no bhakti, no showing bhakti in office. Show it at home. In the office, do your work properly. If someone asks you why you're not having tea, I don't take your, oh, you don't have tea. People are shocked, right? But when they see that you're very principled, but you're also a good worker, that is also preaching to you. So like that, so there are many ways in which one can form relationship with non-devotees also and bring them slowly but surely. Like if there's some good friend of yours who is, I have a friend who is an atheist, very good friend. We have known each other for 30 plus years. Okay. We did our MBA together. We were in the same companies for almost 15 years. And then he moved on, I moved on, we moved into different companies. But for almost 17 years, we were in the same company, we were together. But he's an atheist. but he gives donation for Janmashtami every year. I approach him and he gives. Maybe not in this lifetime, but definitely in his next lifetime, he is getting bhakti. Where will he go? कहाँ जाएगा भाग के? We have to have faith. And we should engage people in whatever way they are able to serve Krishna. So indirectly, if somebody is willing to serve Krishna, don't say, no, you must chant Hare Krishna. Don't force anybody. If they are willingly coming forward, then, introduce them to more Vaishnavas, preach to them like. Okay, does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
To an extent, yes.
Prabhu, actually, his
We are
question
We are all
is,
laughing, Prabhu.
I understood his question is a little bit different. I
Yeah,
mean,
what is
same
that?
also. Within the devotees, why
Ah.
should you mingle other than the spiritual activity which in the program?
So
Isn't it?
beyond this program, why should we have relationship? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah, his
on
personal
material,
relationship, so that it will divert the things. Because if
I
I know,
completely misunderstood his question. I'm so sorry. So
Prabhu, you
yeah,
explained well the other way also. That is
no.
also
It's a valid question that
not
program
devotee.
mein we are getting association of devotees in the program. Why do we need to go beyond that? Honestly, you don't. If you're really taking association of devotees in the program, you don't. It's good. It's good enough. But as they say, you can't have too much of I mean, it's like kya hai ki, it's a different flavor. Okay, let's put it that way. That in the program, what you interact is a very shallow interaction by design, because people want to quickly get it over and go back to their homes. But when you go to someone's home for 2-3 hours, and you're sitting with them and you're discussing, that's a deeper interaction. The heart yearns for such things. We need it. We want it. We just haven't realized it. So, if you're getting deep, loving Vaishnava relationships in the program that you're attending, you're getting many opportunities to serve them, you're getting opportunities to feed them, you're getting opportunities to interact with them. Yeah, that's good enough. But, why not more? Because as I said, in the spiritual world, you're going to be living with these people 24/7. अभी से आदत डाल लो of spending time beyond the 2 hours of the satsang program that you're attending. Make a habit of living, loving, and serving Vaishnavas. So at your own pace. There's no race here. Ki, oh, every month I should have one new Vaishnava I found. There is no race. In 1 year also you form one relationship, good enough. One lifetime also you form one Vaishnava relationship that sustains you, nourishes you, and gives you an opportunity to serve. You're still done. So like that. Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I hope this one answers it.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Okay, anybody else, or shall we stop here now? It's past time. So if there's nobody else, we can conclude here. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandat,
Thank you so
Prabhuji.
much for delivering the discourse on one of the most important topic in the life of Vaishnava,
Hare
establishing relationship with Vaishnava by giving practical examples from the scriptures and other ways also. Thank you so much, Prabhu. We are really
Hare
grateful to
Krishna.
you. So really we require your association, as you emphasized today, the association of the devotees. So keep giving us the association online, and sometimes definitely we will meet in person also. So I would like to request all the devotees to chant 3 times Haribol as a gratitude towards His Grace Sridhama